Welcome back. All right, the NHL schedule strikes again. American Thanksgiving, there are no games, none. So Americans can have their Thanksgiving. Canadian Thanksgiving, screw them. It's hockey all day, starting at 9:30 my time in the morning. So happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And of course, you schedule two games on Amazon Prime because sure, why not? So there's one Amazon Prime game early, and then there's an Amazon Prime game for the second review that I'll do later. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. Colorado and Buffalo. We kind of knew how this was going to go, didn't we? Wedgwood versus Lyon, early press by the Sabres. In fact, shots are 5-1 for Buffalo. 3 minutes in, they had a good start until 3:14. On a rush, McKinnon puts in a backhand from the slot. Natchez and Burns with the assists. It's 1-0 for Colorado. Sabres draw a power play. That's killed off. No shots on net during that power play. Things get pushy on a hold by Wedgwood. The Sabres go back to the power play. That's killed off as well. The Avs rush after it's done. Shots are 11-4 for Buffalo with 8 minutes left. They played well. They did. Buffalo played well for large stretches of this game. We get a power play for Colorado. Olofsson has a wrister that's held. Of course, he's a former Sabre. That power play is killed off. And then at 16:30, it's a point shot past the screen. Thompson scores from Tuch and Dahlin, making it a 1-1 tie. 1:46 left. The Sabres get what is their third and would prove to be the final power play of the game. And that takes us to the end of the first period with the score tied at 1. Second period, the Avs finish the kill. Doan has a net drive chance that's saved. And then at 4:32, it's a cross-crease pass and buried. Cale Makar with the goal, Nichushkin with the assists. Colorado has their lead back at 2-1. Avs look for another, but the shots are 4-2 for Buffalo, 5.5 minutes in. So again, Buffalo generating opportunities here. Shoulder save on Dahlin as the Sabres press. We get a power play for Colorado. That's killed off. We then get 2 minutes of 4-on-4. And during the 4-on-4, Colorado gets another one. At 11:59, it's McKinnon putting one in from the left circle for his second goal of the game. There's Natchez again with an assist, and Makar with an assist as well. There's some expensive players in Colorado. Sabres press to respond. Malenstein has a net drive chance that's held. Shots are 9-7 Buffalo with 5 minutes left. Sabres press in the final minute, but they're down 3-1 after 2. So even though Buffalo played a pretty good game, they're down. Third period, the only shot on net belongs to Colorado, 3 minutes in. Colorado with some pressure at 4.5 minutes. Timmins gets dinged on a shot block. I think he took it off the elbow. Yet more pressure by the Avs at 6.5 minutes. Colorado scores. There's an offside challenge. So, yes, that goal comes off the board. Sabres get blanketed at this point in the game. The fans are getting restless, understandably. Shots are 9-1 Colorado at the half. Colorado gets a power play. That's killed off. There's a press by Colorado with 5.5 minutes left. With 3:47 left, the Avs get a power play, which basically ends the game. It's killed off, but you only have 1:47 left. Goalie pull happens with 1.5 minutes left, and the Boo Birds are out again in Buffalo late in this one. The final score 3-1 for Colorado. Shots on net 13-10 Buffalo in the first, 12 apiece in the second, 15-4 Colorado in the third. Final shots 37-29 in favor of the Avalanche. Power plays, the Avs 0 for 4, Buffalo 0 for 3. The hits 20-11 for Colorado. Wedgwood 28 saves on 29 shots. Lyon 34 saves on 37 shots. All right, next up, the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Boston Bruins. Johansson versus Korpisalo, and 1:09 in. On their first shot of the game, Tampa scores. It is Cirelli from Gensel and Gonsalves. Then we get a power play for Boston. That turns into 31 seconds of 4-on-4. Everything gets killed off there. Things get pushy on a hold by Johansson. Arvidsson has a rush chance. That's kicked aside. Shots are 5-3 Boston at the half. Gord's denied on a wrister from in close. And then at 13:16, Tampa gets another one. It is Cirelli once again. And once again, it is Gensel and Gonsalves with the assists. Tampa looks to add another, and these teams not liking each other a lot late, getting a lot of pushing and a lot of scrums on whistles, but it's 2-0 Tampa after one. Second period's bonkers. 39 seconds in, Tampa makes it 3-0. In this case, it is Gord scoring from Holmberg and Mosier. However, at minute and 9 seconds, so 30 seconds later, Middlestad gets that back for Boston. He scores from Arvidsson and Zacha. Eyssimont then has a rush chance that's saved, and at 3:37, Tampa gets back their 3-goal lead. Holmberg scoring from Bjorkstrand and Crozier, bearing a rebound during some pressure for Tampa, and makes it 4-1 in favor of the visiting Lightning. Bruins press to respond. Eventually they do at 5:31 on a rush. Harris wires one short side. Pastrnak with the assist. So that gets Boston a little bit closer. Things get pushy on a hole by Johansson again. Boston comes out of that with a power play. That power play is killed off. We then get 2 minutes of 4-on-4. The Bruins press during the 4-on-4. And on a face-off win, Geekie wires one far corner. Zaka with the assist at 11:35. It's a 4-on-4 goal to make the game 4-3 in favor of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Bolts press to respond. Holmberg's denied. Then there's an offensive zone penalty by Holmberg, who gets a little overzealous, but that power play is killed off. Things get kind of punchy at the horn. It stays 4-3 for Tampa after 2. Third period. Corelli has a wrister that's caught and held. The Bruins press at 3 minutes. Mosier has a shot that's blocked out as Tampa Bay gets some pressure. Shots on net are 3-0 Boston at 5 minutes. We get a power play for the Bruins. Geekie has a tip shot that misses high. Things get pushed in a hole by Johansson. That power play is killed off. The Bolts then get a power play of their own. That's killed off as well, but it's taken another 2 minutes off the clock. Near miss for Holmberg on a fast break. The goalie pull happens with 2 minutes left. Things get punchy again on a hole by Johansson. With 8.7 seconds left, Boston's, it would have been 4-on-4, so they pull the goalie to make it 5-on-4. They get a power play, so it becomes a 5-on-3, but it doesn't matter. They don't score. 4-3 is your final. Tampa gets their first win of the season. Boston gets their first loss of the season. Shots on net favored Boston the entire way. 11-9 in the first, 12-9 in the second, 10-5 in the third. Final shots 33-23 for Boston. Power plays Tampa 0-2, Boston 0-5. The hits 31-21 Boston. Johansson saves 30 out of 33. Korpisalo saves 19 out of 23. And so a nice 4-3 win for the Tampa Bay Lightning. All right, moving along. The Nashville Predators and the Ottawa Senators, a game that started later than these ones, and then it took a while. There were so many penalties, and it took a while. So Saros versus Ullmark, good forechecking by Nashville. Then we get a delay game call, gives Nashville a power play. That becomes 22 seconds of 4-on-4. Then it becomes 37 seconds of a 5-on-3 for Ottawa, as this game was very penalty-filled early on. Everything gets killed off. The Sens press at 8 minutes. The shots are 7-4 for Ottawa 9 minutes into the period. Preds draw a power play. That's killed off. No shots on net. Ottawa, then they go back to the power play. That's killed off as well. How many shots did it get? None. So Marchessault has a rush chance. That's blocked out with 9.4 seconds left. The Preds go back to the power play. So lots of power plays. Not a lot of 5-on-5 play in that first period. And it's a scoreless first period. So we go to the second. The Sens finish the kill. Ottawa presses at 3.5 minutes. Shots are 3-1 Ottawa at 5 minutes. Sens press at 6 minutes. The Sens score, but goalie interference call. So this is the referee being informed that in terms of his suckage, he's not at 0. He might be closer to 100. They informed the ref that he sucks. Preds get stuck on one shot for a while. The fans call one. The referee does not. That was a theme tonight in this one. Kachuk's unhappy with a non-call. We get a press by Nashville at 9.5 minutes left. Pinto has a rush chance. That's held. And then totally against the flow of play at 12 minutes and 11 seconds. On a turnover, Marchessault goes 5-hole on a net drive. The assist to Bunting and Haula. So 12 minutes and 11 seconds of the second period. Nashville has the first goal of the game. They're up 1-0. Sens draw a power play with 3:07 left. That doesn't last. We get a minute and 22 seconds of 4-on-4. Spence is robbed during the 4-on-4, and it's 1-0 Nashville after 2. Third period. Early press by Ottawa. The fans call one. The referee sucks. So there you go. The fans are pretty on the referee. And, so were both coaches. So there were definitely people yelling at the referees throughout this game. Spence has a screenshot that saved. Things get pushed in a hole by Saros. The shots are 5-1 Ottawa at 5.5 minutes. Svechkov has a rush chance. That's saved. There's a press by the Sens at 9.5 minutes. Giroux has a net feed. That's blocked out. Then there's an offensive zone penalty for Perron, which didn't go over well with the home crowd. There's a shorthanded 2-on-1 that's broken up. Stamkos has a one-timer that's held. That power play's killed off. And then kind of a fluky one here. At 14:38, banked in on a turnover rush. O'Reilly scores from Stamkos and Forsberg, and there were bodies of the Sens in front of the net. I can't put that one on Ullmark, but it does make it 2-0 in favor of the Nashville Predators. Stützle couldn't bury one in close. The goalie pull happens with 3:12 left. With 2:11 left, the Sens get a power play, so it becomes a 6-on-4. And they score on that power play. Ridley Gregg It's a net feed that's deflected in. Cousins and Sanderson with the assists at 17:55. It is now a 2-1 score. So they pull the goalie again, and Marchessault hits the empty net from Yossi at 19:08. Goalie pull happens again. This time it's Cole Smith hitting the empty net from Evangelista at 19:48. Nashville goes into Ottawa. They win 4-1 in this one. So Nashville, strong start to the season for them. Ottawa continuing to be frustrated. Shots on net favored Ottawa. 7-6 in the first, 12-6 in the second. Nashville actually outshoots them in the third, 14-12. Final shots 31-26 for Ottawa. Power plays Nashville 0-6. Ottawa 1-5. Lots power plays. Hits 29-20 for Ottawa. Saros saves 31 out of 32. His strong play correlates to the good start for Nashville. And Ullmark 22 saves on 24 shots. His best game so far this year, but he didn't get the goal support that was necessary. All right, next up, the Jets and the Islanders. So Comrie versus Sorokin in this one. Early press by the Islanders. In fact, 2 minutes in, the shots are already 5-1 in favor of the Islanders. The Jets did not start on time in this one. Niederreiter can't bury one in close as the Jets wake up and they get some pressure. Jets draw a power play. That's killed off. And then at 7:35, the Jets do open the scoring. It's Morgan Barron. Backhands one top shelf on a rush, and Cole Koepke with the assist. So 1-0 there. Isles look to respond. The Jets go back to the power play, and they score on it. It's Niederreiter, cross-crease pass and in at 11:48. So right near the end, I believe, that power play he scores. The assist to Nyquist and Taves. I guess when you score the goal, it's the end of the power play anyways, but you guys know what I mean. And it's 2-0 Winnipeg. Islanders get a power play. That's killed off. The Islanders get another power play shortly thereafter. That's killed off as well. It's 2-0 for the Winnipeg Jets after one. Second period, 2 minutes and 8 seconds in. J.G. Pajot scores for the Islanders. The assist to D'Angelo, but Winnipeg gets it back. At 2:19, so 11 seconds later, goals pretty close in both the Tampa and Islander games. These are almost at the same time, too. Stanley would score for Winnipeg to make it 3-1 at 2:19 from Pearson and Barron. So Morgan Barron with a goal and an assist to that point. The Islanders then press it 7.5 minutes. We get a power play for New York. That's killed off. And then at 12:39, Pearson makes it 4-1 for the Jets. He scores from Niederreiter. So Nino's off to a good start to the season, but the Islanders would answer. At 14:45, Heineman rifles one far corner from the right circle. The assist to Drouin and Schaefer. So Matthew Schaefer continues with his strong rookie season, makes it 4-2. 2:21 left. The Jets get a power play. That's killed off. Velarde's denied in the closing seconds after it's done. And then with 4.1 seconds left, the Islanders get a power play. So that rolls over into the third period with the score 4-2 for Winnipeg. The Jets finish the kill, then they get some pressure. The Islanders get pressure of their own at 3.5 minutes. Shots are 3-0 Islanders at 5.5 minutes. Connor then has a rush, chance is kicked aside. Islanders press halfway through the period. More pressure by the Islanders on that next shift as well, as they're doing everything they can to try to get closer on the score sheet. Shabanov with a near miss, as it's all Islanders at this point in the game. Shots are 8-4 for the Islanders with 5 minutes left. The goalie pull happens with 4 minutes left, and Winnipeg hits the empty net. Scheifele scores from Connor on a turnover at 17:35, makes the score 5-2, and that is your final. Impressive win by the Jets. The Islanders remain winless on the season. Shots on net, 12-10 Islanders in the first, 12-11 Islanders in the second, 11-5 Islanders in the third. They outshoot the Jets 35-26. Power plays, the Jets 1 for 3. Islanders 0 for 5. Special teams not helping the Islanders this year. That was the story last year, too. The hit 16-14 Winnipeg. Comrie saves 33 out of 35, and he gets goal support. Sorokin saved 21 out of 25. Let's go ahead and go to the second board. All right, just the one game on this board. Detroit and Toronto against the Maple Leafs. Talbot versus Stolars in this one. I said Stars. Versus Stolars in this one. Shots are 3-1 Toronto at 4.5 minutes. So Toronto gets off to a good start. DeBrincat has a rush chance that's saved. The Leafs press at 7.5 minutes. The Wings get pressure of their own at 9 minutes. Joshua couldn't bury one in close. Nyes has a rush chance that's held. Talbot was sharp, and he stayed that way throughout the game. Cam Talbot, great game for him today. Shots are 8-2 for the Leafs with 9.5 minutes left. The Leafs press with 6 minutes left. The Wings were stuck on 2 shots for a while in that first period. 3:07 left. There's a Detroit power play. Sandin Pellikka would hit the post during that. And then at 18:54, Larkin with a backhand top shelf on a rebound scores on the power play. The assist to DeBrincat and Raymond. So 1-0 Detroit. Wings press for another, and they're up 1-0 after the first. Second period. Pushy on a hold by Stolars. Much better start for Detroit in that period, I thought. Shots are 3-1 for Detroit at 3.5 minutes. A net feed to Casper. Near miss there. Benoit has a net drive chance that's held. The Leafs press at 9 minutes. Matthews has a rush chance. That's kicked aside. Shots are 7-4 Toronto with 8 minutes left. Rasmussen with a near miss on a fast break. The Wings draw a power play. That becomes 35 seconds of 4-on-4. Tavares fires one wide from the slot. Everything gets killed off. And then with 2:29 left in the period, too many Leafs on the ice. That puts Detroit on the power play. There's a shorthanded 3-on-2. Jarnkrok's denied. The power play was killed off. No shots for Detroit during said power play. Leafs press in the closing seconds, but they are still down 1-0 after 2. Third period early press by Toronto. This is where I can mention Raymond not on the bench. He did not return to the game. He got hurt in the second period. We'll see if there's any kind of status update involving Lucas Raymond. But he did not finish this game. Van Riemsdyk would score to make it 2-0. He scores from Kopp at 4:25. He wires that one far corner via a 2-on-1 rush. Matthews is then robbed on a breakaway. Shots are 8-2 for Toronto at 6.5 minutes. Talbot's in full theft mode, and they're up by 2, but they're only up by 1 at 7:29. Nye scores from McMahon. He taps in a cross-crease pass. Leafs press to tie it. We get a power play for Toronto. That's killed off. However, they do tie it. At 13:42, Jarnkrok buries one from the slot. Matthew Nyes with the assist. It's 2-2. Then we get 2 minutes of 4-on-4. Appleton's denied on a rush. And then at 19:15, the final minute of the third period, Appleton roofs a rebound to give the Detroit Red Wings a 3-2 lead. The assist to Sherratt and Finney. So the Leafs call a timeout. They pull the goaltender for 6-on-5. They're unable to tie the game. 3-2 win for Detroit. So they win both halves of this back-to-back set against the Toronto Maple Leafs. By back-to-back, I mean playing each other back-to-back. Obviously, they did not play yesterday. They played Saturday and Monday. But 3-2 win for Detroit. Shots on net favored Toronto the whole way. 13-6 in the first, 11-4 in the second, 17-5 in the third. Final shots 41-15 in favor of Toronto. Power plays Detroit 1 for 4, Toronto 0 for 2. The hits 22-17 for Toronto. Talbot saves 39 out of 41. Excellent game for him. Stolars 12 saves on 15 shots. So there you go. You guys are caught up on the action thus far. I didn't have time to put together a news video because of how the scheduling is done, where everything overlaps everything. So I'm doing something else instead, so stay tuned. But let me know your thoughts regarding the early games in the comment section below. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support as always. I will talk to you again soon.